first?
Yeah, yeah, I'll go first. Hey everyone, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steve, and this is 60 Cycle Hum.
Where we've got some sick riffs.
Some sweet beards.
And you know what? We're going to talk about gear a little bit. How about that? But first off, Steve, I'm about to give you your COVID injection. No! I'm injecting you with the COVID vaccine. It's all full of Bill Gates' 5G chip, the Metal Zone. Welcome to the old news segment of 60 Cycle Hum, the new thing we're doing in 2021, where we go back and cover old news because we're a podcast that records once a week and there's only so much we can do about it. But anyways, it turns out in Italy, I think, people are posting around on social media.
Well, they're posting it everywhere now.
They're posting it everywhere now. They're posting the schematic of a circuit and saying, oh, this is the circuit that's secretly going into the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
So that Bill Gates can track you. And it turns out it's a metal zone schematic, a modified metal zone, by the way, with true bypass. So, I mean, at least it's a fancy pants metal zone and not just your run of the mill stock metal zone like I have right here, like this hot garbage, right? Oh, yuck. A buffered metal zone? No, thank you. I'm going to be injecting a true bypass metal zone in my veins. Thank you very much.
I mean, I just don't. How long did it take for somebody, like, nobody looked at this and said MT2 gain and said, why is this MT2 gain?
The first person to put it out there definitely had to do it as a joke. Like, hey, watch this. I've got a metal zone schematic here. I'm going to make everyone think that this is the 5G vaccine chip that does it. Okay, Steve.
So here's the thing. Yeah, I'm looking at the Popular Mechanics article. It says software engineer Mario Fusco revealed on Twitter that in Italy, people had begun sharing a diagram of, quote, the 5G chip that had been inserted into the COVID-19 vaccine. The diagram seen below and labeled as, quote, confidential, and that's how you know it's legit.
Yeah.
Shows several elaborate circuits that apparently make up the microchip that the world's governments have secretly snuck into the life-saving vaccines.
Wouldn't a vaccine with a microchip in it be a little bit chunky?
But it's like also like
vaccines are typically liquids, correct?
People like there's things on here where it's like, I guess there is a section called 5G frequency, but then there's also MT2 gain, foot switch, treble, and bass.
I'm pretty sure the 5G frequency is somewhere in that mid frequency knob right there.
Right.
You can scoop it. Don't worry. You can scoop out the 5G just fine with a metal zone, or you could boost the crap out of it. You want to get really crazy.
Here's the thing, guys. You take one of these. This is how you run it. Level 10, EQ, everything at 10, distortion 10. Plug this into your amp. Turn that all up to 10.
COVID's gone.
You just start playing it. You're never going to get COVID because no one's going to come near you.
Forget 6 feet. I mean, that's 60 feet that people are going to stay away from you. Oh my gosh, this is a good idea. I kind of want a metal zone printed mask now.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
I bet that's got to exist.
Merch right there.
That has got to exist.
Boss, Yoshi, if you're listening, Matt Knight, if you're listening, get on it. It is a good idea for Boss. Metal zone face mask. You got to lean into this. I will message him because this isn't going to come out for a week and a half. I'll message him tonight.
No, dude, here's what you need. Here's what you need to do is does Teespring sell masks?
Probably.
So just grab this graphic, slap it on a mask.
Yeah.
Throw it on the.
I don't want to step on toes at Metal Zone. I want them to sell their own stuff, you know? If they don't do it, I'll do it.
This is for a true bypass metal zone. So it's
it's modified, guys. They can't copyright a circuit.
Product that doesn't exist.
But I want to put their art on the mask, and that is copywritten and trademarked and whatever. So it's not the circuit; it's the actual art. I want it to say Metal Zone over my mouth on the mask, on the black mask that I'm wearing.
I think you could design this.
You have a background in the sciences and the biological sciences and stuff like that.
I do.
Vaguely in medical type stuff. This is a guitar podcast, but I want to know, like, is there precedent for there being a circuit board microchip in any sort of injectable?
Not like a microchip. They are, if you get into like nanoengineering, bioengineering, nano engineering.
Is there anything like that that can send or receive 5G signals?
Not that I'm allowed to talk about. No,
Good play.
I've talked to some guys years ago. This was a few years ago who were doing nano engineering type things, and basically, like the best that they have at that time, at least, were like some really basic. I don't think it worked off of like any kind of radio signal, but it was just like a nanoparticle that when it was in a certain condition, and I think they could control it maybe with like an electrical pulse or something, where basically they could like trace where it was going through your body. And then once it got there, they could like send a signal to it where it would like open a gate and then release whatever like medicine was contained inside.
Oh, okay. So it was like an intentionally releasing capsule of medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
So it's like, but it's like nanoparticle level.
So they're going to put a
5G pill inside the robot.
They're going to put a 5G pill inside the vaccine. It's going to be a chunky vaccine.
No. So chunky.
Campbell's chunky vaccines.
Thick.
And when they release the secret signal across the 5G network, it's going to release the neurotoxin that kills us all at the same time.
It's going to release it so fast, just like 5G.
Just like 5G.
Fastest speeds you've ever experienced.
Finally, mass murder, mass euthanasia across the globe.
There's already a massive euthanasia.
With a single phone call. They can just call in little micro things that they've put in us with the Campbell's chunky vaccine and murder us all at the same time. We're going to need the coffin from last episode.
I just can't believe that this circuit thing is real. Like, I have to believe that somebody just said, this is a thing.
No, someone said, ha ha ha, here's a funny joke. And everyone else that is impressionable and ready for there to be a conspiracy is like, yes, that must be it. There it is. Man. I looked at the circuit and it says 5G on there. That must be it. It also says tone and mid, but that must mean the tone of your skin when you die from it or something like that. It's for the ringtone that's in the 5G chip.
It's got a ring mod.
It's got a ring mod. And also, TC Electronic has a pedal called the Corona. Like, that's the circuit they should be lifting, even though it's a digital pedal, not an analog pedal. You want that analog tone in your Campbell's chunky vaccine.
That's the circuit you need to be lifting.
Yeah, exactly. Lift the Corona. If you were going to have a pedal surgically implanted in you as a microchip.
Forget about all of this. We already know who's going to do it.
Who's going to do it? He's searching for it. I'll edit for time.
Do you not have it anymore?
I don't know. What are you looking for?
It's your AWOL.
Oh, it's in one of these drawers. It's small enough. The AWOL virus.
Yeah, just inject that into your blood.
Or the AWOL nano. I mean, that is some Campbell's chunky vaccine right there. You get those bad boys in a little syringe. Good news, everybody. It's a suppository.
Just kidding. These aren't deadly. They're fun.
They are fun. This isn't a sponsorship at all, but if you want to add fuzz with the tiniest little footprint imaginable, the AWOL virus is a single knob, single foot switch fuzz. The nano is a boost.
All right. Anyway, I just, it's a fun idea. This whole stupid metal zone circuit.
It's fun that it makes these conspiracy people look foolish.
But I just like,
it's not fun that they take it seriously and they run with it.
I just can't bring myself to believe that people really think.
You think it's fake news?
I feel like it's like it feels like The Onion.
It feels like it's like a news organization grabbed like a funny thing that was happening. They're like, this is serious. Let's run with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody has just posted the tweet and said, I saw this in Italy. Like, I want to see this
on Italian Twitter.
I want to see this in the wild. That's what I'm saying. I want to see this in the wild.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You want to see people actually sharing it. When it makes its way to American Twitter.
Yeah. when my dad or your mom posts the Metal Zone circuit and says, "What is this?" then I'll believe it.
Well, we're both blocked by my mom, so she might have posted it already. I'm kind of, you know what? My dad is technologically savvy. I think he would be able to see through it really quick. I don't think my mom and my dad are into, wacky boomer stuff, but I think he would see a circuit and be like, oh no, that's not in a vaccine.
I kind of want to post it myself just to see how many people would give me likes.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to post it on the download with an alternate Facebook.
I know.
Because people would be like, haha, Steve's making a guitar joke.
Yeah.
This
wouldn't work. You want to talk about this ad?
Yeah, let's get into the ad.
This first ad was sent by you?
I found it. Hello, my name is Ryan.
This is
It's local.
Fender Duo Sonic Squire.
It is a Squire Duosonic. I've got one of the early 1990s Duosonic. Mm-hmm. They came out with a Squire version of it a few years later. That's what this is. The guy in the ad has before and after photos of his mods and his refin, and he did the thing that we like. When he refinned the headstock, he reapplied a Squire logo.
Oh, that's cool.
He didn't try to fudge it and be like, oh no, this is a Fender now. No, he leaned into it. It's like
this matching headstock look.
It looks really nice, right?
It's pretty.
It's like this kind of light Sonic blue body with a matching.
Oh, this guy
is it Oceanside guy?
This is Oceanside guy. Here's something uber rare and insanely fun to play. This started out in 1998, made in China Squire Duos. I will say, to that point, Squire Oceanside guy never he'll either slap like his own branding on it. Mm-hmm. Or he keeps it real. He's like, this is a Squire that I hot rodded.
Yeah.
He says, when I first bought this guitar, it was a basket case missing many parts. I refinished it, Daphne and Blue Nitro, added brass compensated saddles, modified for short scale, adding Cowlick pickups. I'm not familiar with that brand. Mm-hmm. Custom pearloid pick guard, a bone nut, Cluson deluxe tuners, and full setup. So fret level, crown polish detail. This is a signature part. Is his customary steel threaded inserts into the neck. So he replaces the wood screws with machine screws.
Yeah.
He puts in
He does that on everything.
On everything.
Yeah.
And installed upgraded electronics and shielding. The results are a guitar that is too much fun to play. That sounds huge.
Totally,
This
honestly.
is a great guitar for a young aspiring student.
Usually he posts stuff where I'm like, okay, come on, dude, relax. Yeah. As a Duosonic fan, if I was shopping for another Duosonic, $400 for a super hot rodded 90s Squire, probably a Vista Squire maybe, or related.
No, it's an Affinity.
Affinity, okay, well, it's an Affinity, but still a hot rodded Squire versus a newer version. I might consider that. This is a bummer, this Affinity, but I don't know. He fixes stuff up. He's probably worked on the fret ends and stuff like that. I don't know. It just looks really nice. I should send a picture of it over to Fender and be like, hey, just make this next year. Or in like 5 years, however long it takes them to actually put out a product,
Cowlick is actually short for Cali Guitar.
Oh.
But these are all pretty inexpensive pickups. So they're probably all some kind of...
Not a big deal.
$20 single coils.
I've also been curious. I have the stock saddles on my Duosonic. Mm-hmm. I've been curious if it would change it at all for the better or the worse to do those compensated saddles. I saw someone posting recently, I think on the Gear Slum group, that they swapped out saddles on something, and it might have just been Phil from the Gear Slum talking about their Mustangs. And he swapped out the saddles for these compensated saddles and was like, man, it changed the sound a lot. And he said it made them sound brighter.
Yeah.
And people were
that's what they say a lot.
People were commenting like, oh, just the different style of metal can change it. And also the break angle, because it's going from a rounded break angle on the stock saddles to a hard break angle of that angled kind of like hard edge there.
Well, I think with this whole thing, they're supposed to intonate a little better too.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, that's the concept. Maybe I'll try it someday. Maybe I'll do a video on it. Another project for me to plan far out in the future.
Fun.
It's it's a reversible project. Unless those screws are just completely rusted in place and will never be removed without an angle grinder.
Oh my gosh.
But I kind of like the thought of doing that, a little project to breathe new life into my Duosonic maybe. I always wanted to refinish mine. I was always a little bummed that it was black and white. I like a more colorful guitar.
What color are you thinking? Or is it always?
I'm not going to do it now because it's actually built up a decent natural relic, which is surprising for Polly. Like it has a character to it now that I would not want to erase after years of me abusing and really playing it.
Every time Ryan wants to hit one of his kids, he just comes in here and punches the Duosonic instead.
I wish I had that much time to play guitar for fun. Yeah, but now I can't do it because I'm like, I earned all the scrapes and all the relic on this guitar. But I always wanted,
fair.
I should have done it when I first got it. I should have done a refin on the Duosonic when I first got it. I probably would have done an awful job and
it would be like
gotten rid of it.
That hammer, the slammer.
That I refinned like 3 times and each time was awful.
Each time was slightly worse.
So anyways, this episode is brought to you by
Big Ear
Pedals. We talked about the L last week.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it again, I guess.
Well, should we talk about a different Big Ear pedal?
I don't know. You're holding the L.
I am holding the L. I don't feel like getting
up.
up.
What else do you want to talk about?
I mean, Big Ear Pedals, they've been supporting the show for a while now through all sorts of indirect means. And we decided, you know what? They are an official sponsor now because they are such nice people and they love us so much and we love them back. So you know what? If you love this show and you love the people who help make it possible, go support Big Ear. Buy yourself something nice. Buy yourself a loaf. Buy yourself a woodcutter. Buy yourself an L. Buy yourself a Betty White or a Black Betty.
I need to do that. I need to buy myself. Should I get a Betty White or a Black Betty?
I feel like myself personally, I would probably go for the Betty White.
All right.
Yeah. It just sounds a little bit sweeter to me. I mean, but that Black Betty, Bamble Lamb. You know what I mean? She's always ready.
Bamble Lamb. Head on over to bigearpedals.com. Tell Grant and Karen that we sent you. Or don't, because, whatever.
Tell them that a different podcast sent you, and they will be so confused. They'll be like, what?
Tell them that Dan and Mick sent you. Tell them that Ryan Bruce sent you.
Hey, I heard Ryan Bruce talking about the L, and I decided to buy one. And they'll be like, Ryan Bruce? Yeah, Ryan B. The YouTube guitar guy with a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan B. Blonde, blue-eyed, bearded Ryan B. Guitar YouTube. That guy. You got anything new this week, Steve?
This is the week after I was supposed to come to your house and record, so hopefully I did that.
Yeah, hopefully we made some really cool content that might already be up on the internet. Steve blocked out some time on his calendar in lieu of NAMM not happening this year because he usually takes time off for NAMM. And the plan is that we are going to record some fun little jams, some concept videos. You're going to bring over some of your pedal boards.
Yeah.
You're going to bring over some long guitars.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I need to figure out
which long guitars I'm going to bring. Definitely, I think I'll probably bring the Italia and the Gibson.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan.
Since that's 2 of the 4 that I have.
So many long guitars.
I know. So long, much guitar.
So long, guitar. Bye, guitar. Goodbye.
You got anything new?
Jeez. I mean, you got a pile of affordable stuff to work through. NAMM, that time is coming up. NAMM time is coming up.
Yeah.
And part of...
It starts January. Actually, it starts the day this episode drops.
I'm not even talking about...
the NAMM digital...
Right.
Believe in Music, I think it's called.
I'm not even talking about that, the whole virtual NAMM or whatever they're going to try to do. I'm talking about NAMM time. All the companies are gearing up to launch stuff because it's been on their calendar.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about all the products that we know about but are embargoed from talking about.
Yeah, I can't talk about any of them, but I can tell you that I know about things that are about to come out. And they're all phasers. It's incredible. There's so many phasers coming out,
Finally, it's the year of the phaser.
Aaron Abubo of the Gear Slum. We already mentioned your show in this podcast. I'll mention it again. You called it Last year, you thought 2020 was going to be year of the phaser. Nope, 2021.
And the
all
new
phasers.
Chase Bliss pedal is an automaton. It's a phaser.
It's a one knob phaser from Chase Bliss, and it is revolutionary.
Well, it's one knob, but it has built-in like 4 presets and a bunch of buttons. But the sliders,
it's one knob, but it just it keeps spinning. You can turn it up infinitely. It will continue to phase more and more and more, and it moves on its own. You can't actually set it to a position. It moves on its own. Sometimes it goes to the right, sometimes it goes to the left. It has achieved artificial intelligence. It is self-aware. That's right.
That's your what's new?
That's my what's new. No, just know that I know secrets, and I'm going to reveal them soon via videos.
You probably know more secrets than I do.
I probably do know more secrets.
Direct message you.
That's true. I'm actually wondering if I'll get as many NAMM-ish demos this year. Some of the tried and true companies are hitting me up.
I just want some swag.
I
want a t-shirt. I need a replenish.
What are we going to?
Actually, I don't.
What are we going to do without trade shows to get all our t-shirts? We're going to be naked in no time.
No.
We're going to be wearing all these old threads when COVID is over. Steve, good news. I've got the vaccine here. Now we're cured. Good news, Steve. We're cured from COVID.
The next NAMM 2022, as soon as you walk into the booth, it's going to be a dude with a Boss Metal Zone into a Boss Katana, and all he's going to do is just smash drop D, and then you'd be like, oh,
yeah. Now I feel better.
I'm sterilized. Ryan's already sterilized.
I mean, that's true. I did get a vasectomy finally. Everyone's been asking for it. Top requested thing is for me to get a vasectomy, and I finally did it. It's a crowd favorite.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone wants that. It's for the good of the world. I don't even know where I was going.
I don't know either.
Pushed me off the rails so hard. Did you have anything new?
We already did my new. You already did me.
I already had him. All right, the next ad was sent to us by me.
Oh, yeah. This
Another
is
one from me.
Washburn B70 RS base, $700. Vintage 1985 Washburn B70. Rudy Sarzo. Excellent condition with original hardshell case. Entertaining offers. Open to trade. Fuzz pedals and Squire Jazz Masters. Here's the thing. He's asking $700, but he's open to trades, including Squire Jazz Masters. I'm getting some mixed signals here.
Also, he wants an entertaining offer. I'm taking that to mean he wants a little song and dance. Yeah, like he wants you to come over like, would you accept $400? And he'll be like, not entertaining enough. And then you come back with sparklers. You're like, would you accept $405? And he's like, now I'm entertained. Thank you.
So I think this is actually a fairly, I could only find one of these on Reverb. It's currently listed for $1,000.
Whoa.
So I kind of feel like this might be it might be a fair price. It might not.
Honestly, the reason I grabbed this ad is because I saw it. I saw it and I wanted it for you.
Really?
I saw it. I was like, I want Steve to play this bass and I want us to reform your favorite band to do it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
This would be an excellent bass for your favorite band.
So when you sent this to me, I guess there is like
there's a little road wear.
That's like a sticker.
Oh.
That's the same sticker from the other from this other ad.
Is it? Are they related?
Oh, maybe it's not. It's really similar though.
We'll get to that ad later.
Whoops. But I watched a bunch of Rudy Sarzo videos after this.
Oh yeah? Who is he?
He is the bass player for He was the bass player for Quiet Riot. He is the bass player for he's been in a bunch of different projects. I looked up Quiet Riot instead of just looking up Rudy Sarzo.
I think I just want to watch you play this bass. Like, what does that mean?
I think I'd have a lot of fun playing this bass.
I think you would too. There's something about it that I think fits you. I don't know why. I want this bass in your life, Steve.
All right.
And I'm not going to get it for you, but I want you to feel blessed and loved and cherished.
Rudy Sarzo was also in Blue Oyster Cult, one of the forms of Queensryche. He's currently the bass player for the Guess Who.
He gets around.
But his I watch because the thing is when I think of actually, and it's probably bad.
It's bad.
But when I think about like that kind of like, especially Quiet Riot, because I don't really know that much about them. I just think like there's bass, like is there anything good in that? Like, I don't know.
They did Come On Feel the Noise, right?
I think so.
Come on, feel the noise.
But then it's like, I kind of feel that way about,
girls, rock your boys.
And so the thing is I found a bunch of videos of him doing, and actually in like 1985, he did one of like a bass masterclass video. That's like, I only listened to like the opening riff, which is like a 3-minute bass solo. And I couldn't find like I couldn't find if there's anything in there where he actually like teaches you how to do it. But like, he's really good.
Right.
But like I said, my whole point is that it's coming out of like a genre where I just don't think about like, oh yeah, the bass player in Quiet Riot is so good. I've listened to some like, I guess when I think, and probably totally different band, but I always think of like a Gene Simmons, like,
sure,
he's pretty solid in the pocket. He's not necessarily doing a ton of things.
All that like 80s hair metal, arena rock style stuff. It's just simple 4 on the floor hooks. Like, you're not going for prog rock with those bands. It's almost punk rock. That stuff is so simple.
It is, but it's one of those things I think where
they're anthems,
where I think like the core, like your verse,
sure,
the verse part of the song, like the guitar and drums are doing like just 4 on the floor punching away, and the bass is actually doing something really melodic in the background, but you're not like drawn to it.
Sure.
And then vice versa. So it's like, because again, a lot of those songs too.
I just pissed off a ton of Quiet Riot fans. I'm so sorry, Quiet Riot fans.
A lot of those songs too, like you think like, oh, it's 4 on the floor, but then, you get to the guitar solo that's included in every song, and the guitar solo is like a freaking ripping guitar solo.
Right.
No slackers allowed.
Get out of here, slackers.
So anyway, this is going to be this is not going to age well after my bass videos hit. You're going to be like, what? Like, I'm not good.
No, I am determined to capture Steve the bassist that I know. The gigging, the playing along with a band, Steve the bassist. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to coach you how to play while a camera is rolling and nothing else is happening.
Yeah.
Because what I've seen with you, and I know we're backtracking this a little bit to your what's new. What I've seen with you is when you're put on the spot, like, hey, play a riff. It's like, well, here's a big old salad of nonsense.
Yeah.
But then when we're playing in a band setting, you're in the pocket, you're in the groove, you're making the song work. Like I've played with you so many times, and I know that you are a fully competent bass player. And it's just a matter of putting you in a situation and being like, just play a normal thing instead of trying to play something showy,
Right.
You just have to find your safety riffs. I've got 3 of them. That's all I play in all my videos, and they just work every time, and everyone's sick of them.
Yeah, there's another one of these basses. Actually, it's a 1 pickup version of this bass for $1,500 on eBay.
No, I think you should spend less and get more.
More pickups?
More pickups for less.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Unless that 1 pickup is really freaking cool.
Here's the one that looks like it took a best offer. Oh, it's a red B70.
That would be fun.
Anyway, like I said, I think at $700, I can't say it's like underpriced because I haven't been able to find any that actually sold.
Right.
But most of the listings are over $1,000. So
I feel like a pretty good deal. I have like $700. If that look connects with you and you have a project for it, why not?
Sure, trade him a Squire Jazzmaster.
Yeah, trade him a Squire Jazzmaster. Man, I should have traded him. If that had come out when I had my Squire Jazzmaster, maybe I would have made that trade.
You got any fuzz pedals?
Do I have any fuzz pedals? Ask Steve.
You got a Behringer SF300? FZ.
Do you think he would want $700 worth of fuzz pedals?
I don't know. I just don't know what open to trades means. Phone text only. He's got 2. Oh no, it's the same number written 2 different ways.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
to trick the robots over there at Craigslist.
Yeah.
That fulfills our crazy Craigslist section of the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Ridiculous reverb, crazy Craigslist, extreme eBay, and funny Facebook Marketplace. Wah, 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 wah. Did we have another topic? I don't think we selected another topic.
No, but that's okay because we have a sponsor spot.
Sponsorship spot from
This
Chase
week's
Bliss
second
Audio.
sponsor is Chase Bliss
Keep
Audio.
an eye out for the brand new Chase Bliss Phasa Automa Phasatone. It's a one knob phaser. The phase knob is artificially intelligent. It is self-realized. I am talking about the future here. A one knob phaser that turns itself. The knob turns infinitely, always turning up or down infinitely in either direction, infinitely increasing or infinitely decreasing your phase. Look out for it. It's going to be the hottest new tool on the market in the audio landscape this year. But in reality, huge thanks to Chase Bliss Audio for once again supporting the podcast. We really appreciate it. It's been years now. Chase Bliss has been supporting us for years. If you appreciate this content that you consume with your ear holes every week, week in, week out, and everything else that we do around here, consider investing in Chase Bliss Audio for your next guitar pedal purchase. Thank you, Chase Bliss Audio. For pedals more creative than you are and better looking, Chase Bliss Audio. Did I do it? Was that the sponsorship?
You did it.
I did it. Where's the applause button?
Nope.
No! There it is. One day I'll label those.
Michael Kraus asks, what mod have you always wanted to try but never dared to do? I realize asking this to someone who threw a guitar off a bridge is probably pointless.
What mod have I always wanted to do? I don't know. What is there? What's left? Like I've never routed out a body for an Evertune or something like
Is
that.
that something you want to do?
No, I've always wanted to cut my own body. I've never cut my own body. Is that a mod or is that just building?
I mean, I guess it's not a mod, but I feel like that's, you're in the ballpark. That's big picture.
I've actually
going for it.
Warmoth, I think, sells body blanks where the neck pocket and the bridge routes are already cut for you.
Oh,
And then you can just cut out the shape and then, route out your pickups and stuff like that. Or
that's good. Take the math out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
You
take
could
care.
probably even get it routed for whatever pickups you want to drop.
Sure. I've thought about getting one of those and just having fun cutting and carving my own body to my own shape. So it's not really a mod, but I wouldn't be building the neck or anything. I'm just like cutting a body that technically 90% exists, like the important parts exist, and I'm just cutting out the aesthetic stuff. What about you, Steve? What's a mod that you've always wanted to do?
I was thinking about this as one thing, and I know we've got one from Big Ear Pedals. I want to build a pedal from scratch.
Oh.
That's not a mod, and I've
Like a kit or from scratch?
I mean, a kit is fine because I think a kit it can also be. I tried to build a trem from a kit. I guess I got a PCB, and I think I bought all the parts on my own, and I couldn't get it to work. It's a very hot preamp. It does not trem at all. Very disappointing. And then I made a ring mod from a PCB, and I bought. Actually, that was a full kit. And I don't know where I went wrong in the wiring, but it's got it like a ground bleed. So it's always bleeding. Even when it's bypassed, it's got like this super high pitched whine. So I want to like successfully build a pedal from, parts. And in the case of like
So
the
that you can sneak it into the COVID vaccine?
Oh my gosh. Where it's just,
Biotech guy over here, guys. Look out.
building it.
Weird science.
And I mean, I guess like technically I successfully built like a JFET buffer. I think it was a JFET buffer. But I don't, I didn't use it. Do you still have it?
I don't know.
That blender thing I built.
Oh, the blender. It's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
It never worked quite right. Like I couldn't figure out which, because it's got 4 jacks that are unlabeled.
Oh yeah. Maybe I should have labeled those.
I couldn't figure out how to connect it to make it actually do the thing. and I like, is this broken? I don't know.
Oh.
It's in a box somewhere, I'm sure.
It's not. I should have labeled them. Its bottom jack is in, and then the top two. Jack,
Right.
The top two jacks are the loop.
That makes sense, but when I was trying to use it, I could never figure it out.
Weird.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe it got knocked. I think that's the struggle I have with a lot of it isn't populating the board. Like that part's easy. It's the post. It's the work. Of fitting the board into the box and getting everything back where it needs to be.
Right.
I mean, I've modded like 3 or 4 DS1s, no problem.
Fine. Yeah. Didn't you loan my modded DS1 to like Brian or something like that? I was looking for it the other day.
Did I?
I think at our 300th episode. I think you loaned it out. To someone.
I loaned it out. Not you didn't loan it out.
I think my vague memory is you walking in and be like, "Hey, can I loan this out?" I was like, "Yeah," and then I went back to drinking.
Sounds about right.
That was just over a year ago, man.
No,
good times.
We're gonna hit our 400th episode this year.
If we make it, should we quit, guys? When should we quit?
Super chat us $1 million if you want us to quit.
Should we send us $1 million if you want us to quit? Send us a second $1 million to cancel it out, and we'll keep doing it. Then we'll have $2 million. Yes. And it'll all be honest too. No one's feelings would be hurt at all.
What you should have said is like, send us $1 million if you want us to quit. Send us like $3 if you want us to keep going.
That works too. Any amount of money you send us will cause us to keep going indefinitely, apparently.
Well, I didn't say we keep going forever, Ryan.
We probably should decide when we're going to quit. Like we should put an expiration date on this.
Oh my gosh.
Steve, how old are you right now?
36.
Can you see yourself still doing this when you're 40?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be 40 this year.
It's only 4 years away. That's less time away than the time from when we started.
I know. Can I see myself doing this when I turn 44 or 45? I don't know. There's plenty of older podcasters out there.
Yeah. How old's freaking Mark Maron?
He's at least 46.
You know who picked a good age to get out of the podcast game?
Who?
John Roderick.
Oh my gosh. Talking about old news. Look it up on your own time.
So some other mods. I feel like I'm just naming all the projects.
Can I get a moderator here?
I feel like I'm just naming projects I haven't finished. I got to do that Ibanez Roadstar someday.
Oh man.
But I mean, a lot of those aren't mods, right? Like they're probably not mods
right.
in the sense that we're thinking here. I want a base. I really want to throw a D-tuna on a base.
That'd
One
be
of those
fun.
hip shot D-tunas. I've played with those. I played. Sam has a base that has one of those, and they're interesting. Like they're kind of fun. For what we're talking about, hip shot has a product.
Sam Miller.
Sam Hart.
Okay, we know at least two Sams.
I forget who the artist was, but he had a signature. There's probably a few of them. Signature.
Honestly,
jazz
wouldn't be
bass.
surprised if Sam Miller had a bass with a hip shot on it.
Yeah. And hip shot makes a product. It's a tuner.
It's got a little thumb trigger on it.
Yeah, on the tuner, and you can just flip it down. It'll drop you down.
I thought it was like a click thing. Is it a flip thing?
Yeah, you flip it out. You flip it towards you to detune, and then you tighten it back up.
I thought it was like you push it and it clicks releases, and then you push it back. But
No,
I've never actually used one.
Spring loaded. It's just like a.
No, you just pull it
something
like
that does like a easy quarter turn or
like
whatever.
a lever.
Yeah.
I remember
It's
the
a
ones,
lever.
the ones that they had on those Ibanez Geo guitars, those like double cut guitars with a stop tail, but they had a little flick thing behind the bridge saddle that you could flick it and would throw it into detuning really quick.
Yeah.
I always thought those were fun, but you can only use them on a hardtail Tune-O-Matic
Somebody
style
out
guitar.
there is like, why are you explaining how detuners exist? Anyone who's played guitar for more than 6 months already knows.
And this is our Steve is hung up on a YouTube comment moment. It was a comment on one of those Fender modeling amp videos that I did.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you showing everything this amp does? Everyone already knows what amps do.
No,
That's
he was saying,
literally
he said, why are you explaining what a patch is? Well, I don't know, man. Like, what do you have any guitar mods besides? I want to throw a guitar off of like something other than a bridge.
Yeah, you want to move on to taller structures.
Yeah, I want to take a guitar up to the top of Stonewall Mountain.
Here, I threw a guitar off a bridge. What I want to do next is I want to shoot a guitar out of a cannon onto a bridge.
Ooh.
Yeah, get it up there, you know.
I want to toss a guitar off the bridge, through the bleachers, off the window,
You know,
over the flagpole and into the hoop.
I have a trampoline now. We could throw it off the bridge and then have it bounce off the trampoline and land, if we're going to go for full like YouTube memeability, land into a kiddie pool full of those Orbeez, those little like water ball things. And then that'll set off a chain reaction that sets off a bunch of that elephant toothpaste stuff. And then we'll play Minecraft.
Yeah.
I've been watching YouTube with my son.
All of this will be recorded on a drone.
Yes. That is looking for clowns. Okay. So my son has discovered this.
No, dude, tell me about mods.
I have to talk about this. My son,
Guys, just look up drone clowns.
my son has discovered a genre of YouTube videos that terrify him. And I sit there and tell him, if this scares you, you need to make the decision for yourself to not watch it. But he's captivated by it. Like college age dudes with drones fly drones around a city area and find people in scary clown outfits.
Other college age dudes.
Probably them. It's probably them. Riding around bird scooters, paddling kayaks, hiding around in buildings and barns and things like that. And then they act like the clowns are tracking down the source of the drone and attacking.
Yeah.
This is a genre of YouTube video.
I guarantee you, how many...
And these people are probably making 1 billion times more money than I am.
Every episode...
Working my ass off filming guitar pedals.
It starts off with 3 guys, and they're like, all right, guys, we're going to launch this drone, and then it goes out, and then they find the clown, and when the clown finally is about to figure out where the dudes are, they see the dudes, and the dudes start freaking out. But there's only 2 of them every time. Like, it starts with 3, but
Where'd
then
the
when
other
the
guy
clown
go?
comes back, the other guy's like in the taking a dump or something. I don't know.
He's definitely not in a clown costume. So, anyways, mods. I don't know what I kind of want to wind my own guitar pickup someday.
Oh,
Not
that's
like
a good one.
Not as like, oh, here it is. I finally figured out how to make the holy grail, version of like this one pickup that I want. I just want to have some scrap wire and a magnet and some pieces of metal and be like, let's see if I can make a pickup. Like I've always wanted to just try it with just like scrap because it's technically a very simple device.
Right.
You know, like, how hard could it be? And I want to see what happens when I do it.
You need a bobbin, you need 6
willy-nilly.
magnets, and you've already got a drill. So
I've got a drill. I can make it work. Yeah. This is good podcasting right here.
They're going to be like, oh, it's scatterwound. And you're like, no, I just don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. And the curse will be, the curse of doing that is first try, I will make a pickup that is my favorite pickup of all time. And it's beautiful sounding. It's everything I've ever wanted out of a pickup. And I'll never be able to repeat it. Like I pulled this magnet out of the trash. I don't know where it came from. This wire I yanked out of like an old cordless drill. I don't.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that. I guess that would work, huh?
Yeah, no, I've thought about it a little bit. If you find an old electric motorized device, there's copper wire in there.
Is it the right gauge?
Who cares? It'll probably work. It's not going to sound like a conventional pickup, but that's the point. I want
it to work.
I want to experiment. You know,
it's going to be ultra.
Now I have to do it before this episode publishes, or someone's going to steal my idea. Ryan Bruce.
Wow.
Ryan Bruce, go ahead and do it if you want to. I'll cheer you on.
Probably already did.
He's probably already doing it right now because it's a good idea. Damn it.
All right. Here's the time of the show where we talk about Patreon.
Oh,
If
hey.
you want to support the show, head on over to
Housekeeping.
patreon.com/60cyclehumpcast, where for as little as $1 a month, you can support this absolute nightmare of a program.
We've been doing this for 7 years. How? I don't know. You listen to this episode. I'm as confused as anyone that we're still doing this.
So yeah, for at the $1 level, we will say your name on the show and put you in the end credits.
Yeah.
At the $5 level, I will someday send you some little merch pack. At the $10 level, I will someday send you a merch pack, and also send us a friend request on Facebook, and we'll put you in the Inner Circle group. If you don't believe in Facebook, there's also an Inner Circle section of the Discord server, which we don't actually talk about a lot, but the Discord, it has its hot days and its slow days, and like a lot of servers. So.
And it has its really hot days.
Do we put the Discord link in the description?
Yeah, it's included in all my YouTube dump links now. So it is down there. Go click on the Discord link. Let me know if it doesn't work.
How often does that link not work?
I don't know. Like I set it up to be a permanent link.
Okay.
But the first couple times I tried to do that, people are like, oh, it doesn't work anymore. So hopefully it still works.
Yeah. Should try it out.
Yeah. I don't know everything about Discord. So
support the show. You don't have to support us financially. Send us songs. We're down to like 6 songs. So send us some songs.
It's the only music we listen to all week. It's just your songs. That's not true, but close to it.
All right. This last ad was sent by Adam Dolhanic.
The inboxer himself.
This is Kramer.
Kramer? That's what the ad. That's what
like
I labeled
all
it.
It says. The guys. This is actually really weird because.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
This is on Reverb.
The guy actually doesn't know. He labeled it Kramer, and he's actually not listing it to sell it.
Yeah, he just wants to know what it is.
Yeah, he says in the listing, would be grateful for any help IDing what this is before I spend money doing it up. I can't find anything online. I think it's Japanese, but I'm not sure. So he actually posted this to Reverb to get information on it. It does look like a Kramer to me. I mean, it says Kramer.
It says Kramer on the headstock.
Right there on the headstock. I gotta say, who cares what it is or isn't? I say fix it up. This looks like a lot of fun. It's got the banana headstock, which I like. That's my preferred version of the Kramer headstock. It's this like long, kind of roundish banana shape. Really fun. Yellow pinstripe or yellow just kind of like stripe around it's not even all the way on the edge. It's near the edge of the headstock. The logo is in yellow. And what do I mean yellow? Like it's a black guitar with yellow appointments on it. That same pinstripe around the edge of the guitar body itself. And then like a sniper sight graphic coming out of the middle of the guitar.
Yeah, I don't even know what to search for. I'm trying to find this.
This yellow and black motif and just the line width and things like that, the line weight, it's given me strong early Lego Blacktron vibes, which is like the Lego sets that got me in love with Lego, like space Lego sets. If I had this guitar, I'm not like a shredder guitar guy, but I would play this guitar. I would be rebuilding this thing for nostalgia's sake, just because that color it's like it's Batman themed too. Like you get that Batman colors going on. All it needs is a bridge. Drop a Floyd in there, and you are good to go with this thing.
I'm just not seeing. I looked up Bullseye. I looked up Crosshair.
Yeah, some kind of crazy graphic. I doubt that it's any sort of signature guitar or something like that. But you never know. It might be some sort of signature art for some 80s metal artist or something. Hey, what if it's a Public Enemy guitar?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
You could pretend it is. But yeah, I would for sure fix this up and make it a player. I even like that it has a maple fretboard on there. I think that's fun. I like shredder guitars that have maple fretboards.
The maple board looks pretty worn out.
Yeah, but people like that. It's an oil finish. It's not a gloss finish.
I think it just is a worn out finish.
It looks dirty. It does look dirty, but people seem to like that for some reason. I prefer a little bit of a gloss, a little bit of a shine on there.
If you guys know what this is, You know what? Leave a comment. Shoot us an email. I want to know what this is.
You know what? If you know what it is, skip us and go to the guy on the Reverb listing.
Yeah.
Tell him, and then tell us afterwards.
There was a fun thing that happened in the group a couple weeks ago. Somebody joined the group and was like, "Hey, I'm joining this
That was so
group.
much fun.
I'm selling a bunch of guitars, but I don't know what they are. I forget why they were
No,
for sale.
they inherited
Was it inherited?
a bunch of guitars, and she couldn't figure out the make or model of a few of them. I was
Yeah.
kind of like, these guitars you're posting are fun. Post all the ones you do know the make and model of. I want to see everything you got.
Oh yeah,
That would have been fun. But yeah, she was posting various guitars that she just couldn't figure out. And man, that was a fun day to be on the internet. Everyone was just like, oh, I know what that is. Here's your information. Here's what you need to know. Like, people were so happy and excited to be part of this person's journey. And she found our group because someone recommended it to her. They're like, oh, you're trying to figure out guitars, go to this group. And it was
really cool.
It was really cool, really fun. So
Aaron Abubo kept giving bad suggestions.
Dude, she's here trying to get information. Be nice to her. Don't troll this woman. It was all in good fun, though. So anyways, this guy's not selling this guitar. He has it listed at a price where he doesn't think people would make an offer on it because he's just trying to get information.
Yeah.
If I sell this local, I'd want to know how much it costs, though, because I'm a little bit smitten with it. It has a vibe that I enjoy. And I don't usually like black guitars. So for a black guitar to grab my attention.
Well, I think it's black, like it's purposefully black.
Yeah.
You know, this design doesn't work on like a pink guitar.
Would at church? Could I church this guitar with a sniper sight graphic in the middle of it? You know what it needs? It needs a yellow humbucker.
Yeah.
That same yellow. I'm sure DiMarzio makes a humbucker.
I feel like I would church this. I would definitely church that Rudy Sarzo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That bass, this guitar, let's start a band. We can only have guitars and instruments in the band that have graphics on them. We'll call ourselves the Graphics. That's a stupid and dumb idea. Anyways, tell us about the song and we'll get out of here.
He says, hey guys, my name is Philip Roof. I've talked with Ryan on Facebook a few times.
Hi, Philip.
Most notably about getting 2 damaged offset tellies in a row from brand I will not mention because they occasionally sponsor us. I enjoy the podcast. Thanks, Phil. He says he included a few links. So I have one song that sounds a little bit surfy, but there's potty words in it. I don't know which one I'm playing.
Do the potty words one.
That's one of the ones I couldn't get to play, actually.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to play this song. He says, it's just me. He's got a couple songs on Spotify, but I couldn't get those to work because I'm incompetent. But I am going to play a rock type instrumental that's only on SoundCloud for now called Paperclip.
Here we go.
That was fun.
The ending had a bit of a Jack White vibe to it.
Yeah.
And there was like a midsection where it's like, this kind of sounds like video game music. Like it would be like in a racing video game or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like in the the car building portion of the game. It just plays in the background and you're like trying to figure out what graphics you put on your race car.
Yeah.
Thanks for sending the song. Bye everyone. Stay grounded.
See ya.